Geobyte.
Hi students, welcome to the Geobyte Diploma series. In this video, we are going to cover relations between different elastic constants like Young's modulus E, shear modulus C, bulk modulus K. E is called Young's modulus, C is shear modulus and K be the bulk modulus. Now, first let us know the relation between Young's modulus E and shear modulus C. Let us find that. For that, let us take a cube of size ABCD. Diagonal is AC, one of the diagonals. I am applying the shear load or tangential load along the BC. Because of that shear load, the stress developed is the shear stress, generally denoted by tau. Here tau equal to shear stress due to tangential load. So because of this tangential load, the body may be deformed like this. B becomes B dash and C becomes C dash. B becomes B dash, C becomes C dash. It is like this. C becomes C dash. So this is the new position of the body. A B dash, A B C D is the original cube. A B dash C dash and D is the new position of cube, new position of the cube. I can also join the DC dash like this. Then this angle I can mark as phi, that may be called as shear angle. Now if I project a perpendicular to AC dash towards the C, this is the perpendicular line. CE be the perpendicular line for AC dash. Let me write that point. Let CE equal to EC equal to, let EC equal to perpendicular line for AC, perpendicular line for AC. Now remember, the angle CAE is very small. Let me write that point also. Angle CAE is very small, therefore I can say that AC equal to AE. Since angle CAE, are you listening, my dear students? Angle CAE is very small, therefore AC is approximately equal to AE. Then increase in length of the diagonal is EC dash. Increase in length, let me write that point. Increase in length of diagonal, increase in length of diagonal AC. Increase in length of diagonal AC is, because here AC is becoming AC dash. Increase in length equal to, since AC equal to AE, the increase in length equal to EC dash. or C dash E. But look at the triangle C dash E. Look at the triangle C dash E. Here cos C dash E, cos C dash E, C dash E. Tell me, equal to what? Cos C dash E equal to CE by CE by, tell me, CE by CC dash. CE by CC dash, adjacent side by hypotenuse, CC dash. From this, it is, C dash E, C dash E. Should be very careful. From this, C dash E or EC dash equal to CC dash multiplied by cos C dash E. That is the EC dash or C dash E. But remember, angle CC dash E nearly equal to angle C. Look at the diagram. Angle C dash E nearly equal to angle BCA. Angle C dash E nearly equal to angle BCA. Since we have taken the cube, that angle BCA equal to 45 degrees. Let me write that point also. Very, very important points. But angle CC dash E is nearly equal to CC dash E nearly equal to BCA, angle BCA equal to BCA, angle BCA, that is 45 degrees, because we have taken the cube. We did not take the rectangle, we have taken the cube. Then strain, therefore strain along AC, strain along diagonal AC becomes AC dash equal to increase in length by original length. Here increase in length is C dash E or EC dash, original length of the diagonal AC. So EC dash by, it is EC dash by, the increase in length is EC dash divided by AC. But EC dash, you got EC dash is CC dash into cos 45 degrees, because CC dash E approximately equal to BCA equal to 45 degrees divided by AC. Again, let us take the angle ADC. Let us take the angle ADC, triangle ADC. For the triangle, let me write that point. Triangle ADC. For the triangle cos 45 degrees. Cos 45 degrees equal to DC by AC. Cos 45 degrees equal to D, opposite side by hypotenuse, DC by AC. From this, you can write that AC equal to DC by cos 45 degrees. So it is equal to strain along AC dash equal to CC dash into cos 45 degrees divided by AC, but AC equal to DC by cos 45 degrees. Should be very careful. This proof is important. So it can be written as CC dash by DC into cos square 45 degrees. Cos square 45 degrees. So it is equal to CC dash CC dash by DC. You know, cos 45 is 1 by root 2, but cos square 45 equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2. So that is the strain along AC dash. Strain along AC dash. Now look at the triangle. Look at the triangle DCC dash. Let us take the DCC dash. Here tan phi equal to tell me tan phi equal to CC dash. You should be very careful. Divided by DC. Here phi is very small. Since phi is very small, hence tan phi can be taken as phi. That phi equal to CC dash divided by DC. Once again, since phi is very small, hence tan phi can be taken as phi. That phi is called shear strain. This phi is called shear strain. So let me write that value. Here CC dash is phi, CC dash by DC is the shear strain, phi into 1 by 2, where phi equal to shear strain. Tan phi we took as phi because phi is because phi is very small. Because phi is very small, tan phi is taken as phi. So anyhow, that is the shear strain along the shear strain. That is the shear strain along AC. Strain, 1 minute. Space is important for me to write all these things. Strain along diagonal AC dash. Now linear strain, as we know, linear strain of diagonal AC linear strain, 1 minute, linear strain of diagonal AC. Let us go back to the diagram. So we are going to find the linear strain on the AC. By that time we are applying the force tangential load along the BC. The AC is extending, whereas BD is contracting. BD is also another diagonal. If I draw a line for BD, that is also diagonal. So AC is subjected to, because of our load condition, because of the tangential load along the BC, the AC is extending, whereas BD is contracting. Therefore, the linear strain along the AC equal to the strain developed along AC by tensile load plus the strain developed along BD by compressive force. Because the BD is contracting means indirectly the BD is subjected to compressive force, AC is subjected to tensile force. Anyhow, once again, the linear strain along the diagonal AC must be equal to strain produced along AC due to tensile load plus the strain produced along the BD due to compressive force. Let me write that point. So linear strain of diagonal AC equal to strain produced by tensile force along AC plus strain produced by compressive force compressive force along BD, along BD. The strain produced by tensile force along AC equal to shear stress divided by Young's modulus plus compressive force along the BD equal to shear stress by ME. ME, where M is the where 1 by M is the Poisson's ratio. It must be equal to half into pi, half into phi. Therefore, the shear strain phi equal to 2 into tau, I can write outside, divided by E into 1 plus 1 by m. It can be also written as E equal to Young's modulus E equal to 2 into shear stress by shear strain phi into 1 plus 1 by m. But as we know, shear stress by but shear stress by shear strain is the shear modulus denoted by C. So shear stress is denoted by tau, shear strain generally denoted by phi equal to the shear modulus C. Shear modulus can also be called as modulus of rigidity. Shear modulus or modulus of rigidity or modulus of rigidity. Modulus of rigidity. So Young's modulus E equal to 2 times the shear modulus into 1 plus 1 by m. So this is the relation between the Young's modulus E, shear modulus C and Poisson's ratio 1 by m. Here E equal to Young's modulus, and 1 by m equal to Poisson's ratio. C equal to shear modulus, already I wrote here. So that is the relation between the Young's modulus and shear modulus. Yes. Now let us decide the relation between Young's modulus and bulk modulus K. For that, I took a cube of size L equal to length of each side, L equal length of the each side, and the loads are acting on 3 axes, mutually perpendicular axes. Because of that, the stress developed along the x, y and z directions sigma 1, because we have taken the cube is maintaining the same dimensions in all sides. Therefore stress developed may be equal in all 3 mutually perpendicular axes because of the equal loads on the cube. Now let me write it. Sigma equal to stress developed on each axis. Then let us take the initial volume V, let me write it clearly. Initial volume V1 equal to L cube. Final volume or change in volume, let me write directly the change in volume. change in volume, change in volume, change in volume dV1, because initial volume we have taken as V1, equal to 3 L square into dl. That is the change in volume. Then the volumetric strain, EV equal to change in volume by original volume. Change in volume is 3L square dl divided by L cube. It is equal to 3 into dl by L. dl by L I can write as a linear strain. Note, dl by L, the quantity dl by L is the linear strain. Now consider the phase BDC to find the volumetric strain on that particular location. Consider the effect of consider the effect of mutually perpendicular stresses. On side DC. So on the side DC, I'm going to consider on the side DC, I am going to consider the effect of 3 mutually perpendicular stresses. On that particular DC, the strain due to stress along x direction, strain of DC due to stress along x axis equal to sigma by E. That is the strain of DC due to stress along x axis. Similarly, the strain of DC due to stress along y axis is equal to minus sigma by ME. We are targeting. Similarly, the strain of DC due to stress sigma along z axis equal to minus sigma by ME, where 1 by m equal to Poisson's ratio, equal to Young's modulus. Then total linear strain, therefore total linear strain on DC is equal to sigma by E strain along the DC direction minus or x direction minus sigma by y direction strain plus strain in z direction minus sigma by me. So it can be also written as sigma by E into 1 minus 2 by m 1 minus 2 by m. This is a linear strain, therefore it can be written as delta L by L. But we have we have volumetric strain equal to dV by V is equal to 3 times the delta L by L. Let this is the equation number 1. This is the equation number 2. Therefore, the volumetric strain equal to dV by V equal to 3 times the delta L by L. So in place of delta L by L, let me write the sigma by E into 1 minus 2 by m. It is equal to 3 times the sigma by E, Young's modulus E, into 1 minus 2 by m. But volumetric strain equal to what? dV by, otherwise let me take the same value, volumetric strain EV equal to, from this Young's modulus equal to 3 times the stress by volumetric strain into 1 minus 2 by m. You know, normal stress by volumetric strain equal to bulk modulus K equal to bulk modulus. Then Young's modulus E equal to 3 times the K into 1 minus 2 by m. So this is the relation between Young's modulus and bulk modulus. Here K is called bulk modulus. K equal to bulk modulus. The ratio between the normal stress and volumetric strain is called bulk modulus. So far, we have discussed the relation between the Young's modulus and shear modulus, and also between the Young's modulus and bulk modulus. Now let us discuss the relation between three elastic constants, namely Young's modulus, shear modulus and bulk modulus. Relation between the E, C and K. You know, E equal to Young's modulus E equal to 2C into 1 plus 1 by m, and Young's modulus E equal to 3K into 1 minus 2 by m. It is equal to 3K times the 1 minus 2 into 1 by m. From this 1 plus 1 by m equal to E by 2C, or 1 by m equal to E by 2C minus 1. It can be also written as 1 by m equal to E minus 2C divided by 2C. So Young's modulus E equal to 3K into 1 minus 2 into 1 by m equal to E minus 2C by 2C. Now let us simplify it. E equal to 3K into 1 minus 2E plus 4C divided by divided by, only for the second part, divided by 2C. It can be also written as 3K into 2C minus 2E plus 4C divided by 2C. simplify this part. 6 CE 6 it is 6 kc minus 6 ke plus 12 kc divided by 2c. Here 12 kc plus 6 12 kc plus 6 kc 18 kc minus 6 ke by 2c. It must be equal to Young's modulus E. Now cross multiplication, 2EC equal to 18 kc minus 6 ke. Write the E terms one side. 2EC 2EC plus 6 ke is equal to 18 kc. Dividing by 2 on both sides. 2 on both sides. Okay, EC plus 3 ke equal to 9 kc. Write the E outside. 3k plus c is equal to 9 kc. Therefore, Young's modulus E equal to 9 kc by 3k plus c, where E equal to Young's modulus, where E equal to Young's modulus K equal to bulk modulus, C equal to shear modulus. Anyhow, this is the relation between Young's modulus, bulk modulus, shear modulus. Once again, let us recollect the formulas what we discussed. E equal to 2c into 1 plus 1 by m. This is one important relation. Other important relation is E equal to 3k into 1 minus 2 by m, and one more relation is E equal to 9 kc by 3k plus c. These three relations are very very important for solving the numericals on these particular relations. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much. I am ending this video at this level. In the next video, I will solve some important problems. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Geobyte.